We are live on a Friday night once again with Friday night celebration with the Phoenix Risers, the Riser Club. And here we go. I want to do the any, mini, money, mo, I guess. Catch a tiger by his toe. If he hollers, make him pay
I'll
$50.
start first. I'll
Yeah, go
start
ahead.
first.
That made it easy. That made it easy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Another beautiful day above ground, man. Let's start off with that. We made it. Another Friday. And we're alive and well. Thank God for that. And there's been challenges. There's been obstacles, you know. There's been those things that make us
Better.
grow and make us better. Absolutely. Man, where do I begin? This week was pretty interesting again, to say the least, because I had only 3 days on the clock, so to speak, 3 days with this new position. But in this 3 days, man, there's been, multiple, I feel like aha moments, multiple revelations, multiple connecting the dots, multiple just like, wow, everything happens for a reason. I'm so glad that the opportunity to just help people with healthcare is a skill set that I've been working on for the time that I've been with Stride, and just learn an impact and be able to compare what's out there to what we have to offer people. And it's so, I'm grateful. Let me put it that way. I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to learn everything that I've learned with Stride. And now that I'm with this new company, Stretch Dollar, I'm learning, who they're targeting as far as who they want to serve, the audience that they want to take care of, and how they want to do it. And it just, in my head, it aligns so perfectly with what we have to offer with Impact. So I'm just like, okay, let me just get my feet in the door and really understand what my role is, what they expect from me, and know that I can provide that, and give them that and some, and then see if they're open to putting Impact on their radar as an opportunity to just expose more people to it, get compensated, and provide more options, because people are already going to be using their service to try to take care of the same market, essentially 49 and under, for businesses that are looking to provide health coverage. So just being able to add that solution, I think, would be awesome down the line. And I'm just thinking about, the reach and how many people we can now affect if we get a partner like that. Um, I'm just excited too, just for the fact that with all the challenges, we're still here on a Friday night celebration, just remaining consistent with the basics. It's just like me taking my boy out there on the driveway today. We're taking advantage of every sunshine, every little bit of sunshine we get to go out there and just shoot around a little bit. He was out there trying to show me his handles, show me his shot, because we haven't been out there in a while. And it was funny because I'm watching him, and I pulled out my basketball and I started doing some stuff. And I'm like, man, I haven't been out playing basketball in a while. And he started telling me, hey, daddy, we got to go to the court again. And we got to, because you haven't gone in a long time. And it's like, for me, I've been working and trying to do all these other things. But he reminded me, like, man, you got to go to the court and just go do your thing, and get out of your own way with whatever you're trying to build. Go play basketball. It's like, damn, he's right. Because here we are in February already, and I haven't even hit the court once since the new year. And I said I wanted to do that in January, and February is already going. So I think as we're building, as we're making progress in our business, making progress with different conversations with different people wherever we are, it's still important to remember the things that we want to do outside of business, and still continue to do those things and not put it off until we're in a certain position. So I'm just excited for new beginnings as far as the new year, the new position, the new learning, and all the new people I'll be able to help. What up, Big Ben? Let's get Ben on this thing. Ben, you up next, baby. You came in perfect timing, man. I was looking for Ben. He just showed up. Ben.
There it is.
Ben.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Perfect. All right. It's been a real rough month, a couple of months actually. It's been I've been sick for like 3 weeks straight, 2 weeks,
Ooh.
somewhere in there. And then almost had to kick my son out of the house. It's been a rough week, and then I have to go do an emergency mother visit tomorrow. My sister says she's dying and on hospice and all that, so I got to go verify for myself to make sure that what she's telling me is all true. Kind of sucks, but that's the way life is. But since this is a Friday night celebration, I am thankful.
Yeah.
My daughter, we're in Dallas right now. We're in Grapevine. We stay at the hotel. The nice luxury suite.
Nice.
The Texan Hotel, the Gaylord.
Oh yeah.
In Grapevine.
That's a fun hotel.
Yeah. It's a gorgeous hotel, actually. It's very, very, very beautiful. We stay here every time we come. We have to come every 3 months. My daughter has honestly, I don't know what it's called, but she has an eye that likes to wander. More than likely, she's going to have surgery. That's almost a guarantee. She's going to have to wear glasses all of her life, which is guarantee. Unfortunately, that's life, but it is getting better. There is progress, so there's that.
Wait, how old is she now? Sorry.
I'm sorry?
How old is she now? Because my son has a similar thing.
She is 2. She just turned 2.
When did they realize that?
Yeah. Yeah, she's actually she had to be in a brace. I don't know if many of y'all ever seen her in the brace. I know Rodney has. She was in a brace, a hip brace. She had to keep her legs out, kind of like this part out from her while she was all the way up till she was almost a year old.
You talking about the Boss Baby?
Yeah, Boss Baby. Yeah, she's doing good.
Man, I had no idea. I thought everything was, man, I had no clue.
Yeah, she's doing good though. I mean, she's doing real good.
I'm glad to hear it, man.
Yeah, she does have vision in her eye, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
If there wasn't no vision, her eye would shut down. So there's that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a blessing to both me and her mother both, that she does have vision. So that is a promise. But more than likely, she's going to have to have surgery to correct the wandering, because it likes to. Her eye is straight here. This eye likes to go that way.
Yeah.
Which is normal in kids or in people that have one eye that is weaker than the other. It is a very normal thing. So there's that. But we're this weekend or this week, when we had the appointment yesterday, and we usually stay Thursday and Friday and then go home Saturday, which this weekend we're going to have to go by my mom's house because, well, my sister said my mom's dying. So I got to go check on her. But no worries right now, but my sister is a hypochondriac, so she's had every disease in the world and died 500 times already. So we'll figure that out tomorrow when I get there. I know it sounds horrible.
No, it doesn't.
I don't believe everything that comes out of my sister's mouth. So there's just that. I've got to go see for myself before I say anything's bad's happening.
Yep.
So there is that. But yeah, it's been a rough week, rough month. Between me being sick, my son my youngest son, as of right now, my youngest son, uh, we have had several issues. Yes, ma'am. Hold on just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I was
All
just
good.
All good.
verifying some things that my sister had said. So, like I said, my sister is a very hypochondriac, and so the last we talked a couple of days ago, it was we have step siblings that had threatened with lawyer, or at least according to my sister, had threatened with lawyers and this and that and the other, and my sister saying, well, there's a will filed with the county and all that, in which I'm like, well, okay, give me a second, I will find that out. And which I did, and there is no will, not filed anyway. I mean, there is a will. It's just it has to be probated before it's filed. So there's that. Um, so she just forgets that her little brother is unfortunately smarter than she is, but I just don't rub her in the face.
Hey, we all have some of that going on in familias, but
Right.
I try my best to like whatever.
Yeah, I try not to bring family disputes into the celebration and all that, but
Hey,
that's what this is all about, right?
You got to celebrate.
that's it, man.
see
That's part of the
So-
valleys that we all have to go through.
Yeah.
Right. We all have it. So
Mhm.
unfortunately, it's death is a part of the life, and my mom is
Yep.
reaching the end of hers. Hopefully not soon, but it's inevitable. She's going to reach it
Yeah.
eventually.
Right.
So
Jules asked me what the purpose of the bandana was. Now I've got a purpose. It's to keep all that shit in.
right. Unfortunately,
Well,
I don't
see,
have
you
to
didn't
keep
even have a
bandanas.
purpose. That was just it. It's like, what?
And I'm at the
my
Gaylord
God.
in Grapevine, and their whole motto is the Texan. And
Yep.
what's bigger Texan than the bandana, right?
Exactly.
I don't have one.
No idea.
But right now we're looking at the Gaylord has a light show every night, and this is what's going on right now is they have dancing. There's no
that's
music, but
awesome.
they do play music every day, every night, all day long. It is I recommend if you come to Dallas, Fort Worth area, and you want to spend a place, the Gaylord Texan is definitely a place to stay. It's right next to the Great Wolf Lodge.
Mhm.
And during the summer, they do have their own water park. So there's my spot. I know they didn't pay me to say that. So
Right.
That's what's
and it's
up,
all about
man.
making money, right?
Yeah. What?
Nah. So
Oh wow.
back to my son. We had a blowout. I almost had to kick him out a few days ago. So apparently he's feeling unloved and po-wo's me, and life is just horrible and all against him.
He's 18. Is he 18?
Say again?
He's 18, right?
No, he's 16.
Oh,
Yeah. He's my youngest son.
okay.
Besides Boss Baby, he's the baby boy. Boss Baby is the youngest altogether. She's 2.
Right.
So yeah. My youngest,
she was doing
well,
it.
my oldest granddaughter. Hold on just a second. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, besides my oldest granddaughter is 1 week younger than my youngest daughter, and then my only grandson was just born a few weeks ago. So that's a celebration all by itself.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
Yes. So I'm
Very
celebrating that as well. My son and I, my youngest son and I, have rekindled some an unknown relationship that we're building on. We're going to continue to build on it and see and hopefully build it completely.
Is this your son that I've met?
Yes, you've met him.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, he's the one that looks just like me and about as same height as me too,
Yeah.
except curlier hair and more hair.
Yeah.
I don't like that much hair. No, yeah, that's irritating. So no. I hate to make it short and sweet, but yes, we've got a lot of celebration going on this week. Rekindling my friendship with my son, my daughter, and then hopefully not the celebration of life of my mother, but we'll keep y'all posted on that one.
Yeah, please do.
Will do.
Tell your sister I said hi. We haven't spoke to her lately, so
I sure will. I'll tell her to jump on when I see her tomorrow, because I'm going to swing by tomorrow. I'm only an hour and a half away from there, so I'm going to swing by.
yeah. Yeah, I need to go down there. I had promised her I was going to go down there, and I was going to plan it around a trip to Rowena Packing in Rowena, Texas. Not close to Waco, but if I do the route, then I'm going in the area, right? So that was my plan, and I just hadn't got it done yet. But I know that she was past her 30 days anyway, so I was like, well,
Yeah.
I'm not going to push too hard unless she's plugged in consistently, and then if she's plugged in and moving, then you know how that works with me.
Definitely.
I'm going to be there,
Absolutely. I took a long shot when I paid for her to get in the business in the first place. Kind of figured it bit me in the butt, but I gave her the opportunity, so it's not over. It's still in her ballpark right now.
Yeah,
if she wants to do something with it, she will. If she doesn't, she'll let it die. One or the other.
Right. Yep.
You did your thing.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm going to jump off here. Has everybody gone already, or do I need to choose?
No,
Choose.
All right. So who's all gone? I see.
It's just me and you.
Just you.
Everybody else open.
All right. Let's go with Jules. I'll let Jules go.
Go for it, Jules.
Ladies first.
All righty.
Hey, Ben, good seeing you, brother.
All right. Y'all have a good night. Love y'all.
You too, man.
Me too. Not yet. So you got to skip me.
Skip you? So go to
Yeah.
Ernest. You go next. Then you can pick Jules.
Hey. Oh, what's the matter with Jules?
I just can't be on camera at the second. That's the problem.
Oh, you came off camera because you ain't got no clothes on?
No.
Just
go, brother. Just go.
He's finding a bra to put on her head.
Can he use his imagination? He's like, man, let me use my imagination. I can think
Hey,
what I want to think.
Okay, cool, and naked, whatever.
He's all muscle. I'm celebrating today.
Don't make us call Rebecca.
Right?
She's busy watching TV. She promised to watch a movie with her son, so I'm gonna let that. Okay, we're gonna leave that alone. Okay. But no, I went back over to the office this morning over at Vexus, and I had some days off and got some new turf. I'm going to go out there and got to hit it hard first thing in the morning. I'm going back part time because I'm not really working full time over at the convenience store, but I'm getting enough hours to be called full time between the two stores. It's just that I had to put some limits on them calling me at the drop of a hat because they couldn't get somebody to come in and do their shift. I said, I got other things planned. Okay, I'm not on the schedule. Sorry. So, there's some big changes coming with GPM Investments and Easy Mart. They've got a lot of management rot from the top down, corporate down. And when they approached me about a management contract, I just told them, I said, you can't afford me. They said, well, name a price. I said, no, not going to even bother with it. I'm not going to submit a proposal. Not going to submit a contract. I said, I'm just not open to it because I don't want to get back into that business. I value my time freedom more than anything else. And I have the freedom to integrate my ACN business in with what I'm doing, not at the store, but at Vexus Fiber, going door to door and talking to people and being a solution provider. So I'm rebuilding some relationships with people that I know and that are looking for another side business. Some of the people I work with, they're talking about quitting GPM Investments. And I said, well, you're going into real estate. Maybe you should look at ACN as, a concierge business to dovetail with what you're doing in real estate. So I've got some conversations going with them. So I'm just, I'm staying steady, not overworked. I am seeing a chiropractor about my feet because I got plantar fasciitis, which is painful as hell. And I have to stay off my feet a lot. When I am on my feet behind the counter at the store, I'm on my feet for 8-9 hours, which by the time I hit the end of the shift, my body is screaming in agony and I'm eating Tylenol like it's candy.
Did they give you stretches to do to stretch out the fascia and your calves and stuff?
Well, my chiropractor showed me an exercise I can do to give my the arches of my feet. I've got collapsed arches and a broken ankle that never healed up. When I was in Dallas last year, I don't know if you ever noticed that I walked with a gimp.
I get it. I have to do the same thing.
But I've got my metatarsal of my right foot was run over by a 6x. 34-ton 6x. I was wearing steel-toe boots with metatarsal guards, but it was heavy enough to bend the plate. And it crushed the bones and collapsed the arches. And it's never really healed up right. And, I've been trying to stay out from underneath the surgeon's knife or orthopedic surgery because that would put me out of commission for too long. So I use, my chiropractor does exercises and fixes adjustments, and then I do them on the days off when I got my feet up. I rub the arches of my feet until they practically hurt because what I'm doing is stretching those muscles out, and it helps them relax.
Right. You put a bottle of water in the freezer and then put your foot on top of it and roll all the way from front to back.
Yeah. And then after I get some relief doing that, I get me about 4 fingers of Jim Beam and kick it back like Hoss Cartwright and then lay down to sleep. But no, we're back. I want to build my team, and I'm working with Helen because she's been sick. She's having some cardiac issues. She hasn't been active, and I can understand why because she's in the hospital. So I'm staying on the ready for her if she needs me. But in the meantime, I'm talking to some other hustlers. And sometimes, it takes more than 2 or 3 months to get these guys, prospects, interested in, pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, with Rick, he prospected me, I guess, over the course of a month or so. And I had to see the presentation 3 times to kind of get it. But when I was ready, I pulled the trigger on it January the 4th of last year. So I've made 1 year. And I hadn't looked back. I've made it to ETL and I'm going further. I've got a plan. I've got a blueprint. And I just tell people, I said, do you want to join me? You want to jump on this ride with me? Join the bandwagon. Let's build this. If not, I'm not going to waste my time chasing people. And I'm going to do whatever I need to do to bring in seed money to build my business. And that's what I'm doing over at Vexus and at the convenience store. I work when I want to. I don't, if they call me at the drop of a hat, no, sorry, I got something else scheduled.
Right.
And, I call them up and tell them I need next Thursday off. Let them know 4 days ahead of time. And that's what I did. I said, you're not paying me enough to run my health. And
No.
go home in pain every night because I stand behind the counter and work with a bunch of people that,
need more brain cells.
They think their retirement program is the Texas lottery.
Oh God.
And I'm saying, if the Texas lottery is your retirement plan, you've got some serious economic and financial issues, and I need to show you a fix. I know for a fact these people have more money to spend and they never get it all back. And in one night, I got one customer that drops over $500 in one night buying tickets that never produce anything. And if they do, it's only maybe a couple of $100.
Right.
Right.
Wow.
And that's very damn rare. Why don't you take $300.25 and build a business? I said, you can't do that with the Texas lottery.
Right.
They got this lottery mentality. And I said, ACN is not a lottery, so it's a business, but you need to get out of the lottery because you're losing money. So I got some perfect candidates, but I don't talk to them while I'm working at the store. I got one guy, he comes in, he says, and he's talking to me off the side. He said, I noticed you're not like the others. He said, you're kind of independent, you got your own business and you're pretty tech savvy and all that. I said, yeah, I've been around the block a few times. It's not the first rodeo. And we were talking about ACN. He's familiar with it. So he said, I just figured you were kind of independent, I just turned 72 Wednesday, 2 days ago. So I'm at that age where I can say what I want to and not give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Old enough to know better and young enough not to care. So.
Yep.
And I, working with this one girl there at the store, she said she likes the people she works with and the customers and all, but she doesn't like the corporate atmosphere, top down management rock. I said, I can understand why, I said, would you be open to looking at doing something else that you can do so you can get your time freedom back? She says, yeah. So I'm showing her the business. Not while we're at the store. I always do it away from the store, away from the hustle and bustle. So we get together and I show her. I said, this is what we do. Build a business now. The best time to plant a tree is right now because it'll start bearing fruit in 20 years. And I said, you work this business for the next 24 months and it'll start bearing fruit. And that's what I'm doing every day. Somebody's going to roll over.
Yep. That's for sure.
Who's next?
Jules. You ready?
I mean,
are you ready?
Not sure that I'm ever ready for anything, but I just fly by the seat of my pants. But
pretty close to a headband. Maybe
I thought I had a sweatband deal or something. I don't know where it went.
Maybe it's an Indian dress band.
Well,
okay. Sorry.
Oh my god. Okay, so here's why I was asking and why you're confusing, Rodney, is because the hoodie thing and the like skull cap thing or whatever we were doing, and it was like for Jeff, and we were just being silly, right? But you were just decided everyone needed to wear bandanas. I'm like, what the fuck is that for? Like, what is that in symbolization of? Because you didn't explain. So I was like, I don't have a bandana, and I thought I had a sweatband, but it's probably shouldn't be used if I do find it anyways.
I figured you just let it fall on your head. Is what I figured you would do. I figured.
Well, I can do that, and I got plenty of those.
I figured you would improvise.
Do you want me to switch? I can switch this up if you want.
I like the feathers. That's good. There was no purpose behind it. It was we've done beanies. We've done.
Maybe feathery handcuffs. I don't know.
We've done pullovers. We've done Christmas hats. I don't know. We just cowboy hats. We've just done a barrage of different things. I just figured, hey, it popped into my head, and I was like, why not?
Well, I figured it was tequila backed up, so I didn't.
No, I didn't even drink it. But we could have called it Pirate Knot. Whatever. I don't care.
Pirate what?
Pirate. Pirate.
That's you say it's pronounced pirate.
What do you celebrate?
Oh my god. I mean, I can't even. It's endless. It's been endless for a while, which is perfect. Oh god. So I literally don't even know. It's just been great. But anyways, what did I do this week? Okay, at least my teeth aren't gonna fall out. I went to the dentist on Tuesday. And I know Rodney and I have still been trying to collect our notes with all the people that we ran into with this extended time here in Jacksonville, because we literally hit the ground running and didn't stop for 10 days. And it paid off for sure. I'd have to go, I have the names written down or whatever each day, but I'd have to go count them back up. And literally 98% of them have responded to a message from whether it be that Rodney sent a group text or I did. And even gotten people with friends on Facebook, and it's just crazy. Like, I don't know if it's being, at Jacksonville Beach bars because people are usually more chill out there, but but the thing is, it was the coldest it's been in 20 years. That's why he couldn't get on the airplane, because they're not equipped for that. So, yeah, we certainly met some interesting people. But anyways, also on Tuesday was our local Jack's team meeting, and Lorraine, who most of you know, except for Ernest, I think, but she's an incredible impact, specific presenter. She's amazing. And when people listen to her, it's just a different vibe. And but the funny part of that was one of the people that we met at the Japanese steakhouse is Martin. It's an interesting cat. And he literally was apparently confused about, because he had both of our numbers, right? But Rodney's and my number. But I guess he never figured out whose was whose. And he thought that for some reason, I lived in Texas and Rodney lived in Brunswick, Georgia. No idea how that came about, but so anyway, he came to our local team meeting. I had no idea because he came late, which is not a big deal. But he didn't text either one of us to say anything, as because I guess he assumed neither one of us lived in Jacksonville. I swore we told him I lived in Jacksonville. But anyway, he came in, and I guess there's like a little lobby area and some couches and chairs, just whatever, comfy. And he's like, there's tons of cars in the parking lot. But I couldn't see where anybody was inside the building or meeting rooms or anything. So we just sat on the couch, he said, for 10 minutes. Didn't reach out to anybody. And then I'm like, well, what? I would have, you should have, called me or texted me or something. I would have come out there to get you. Like, it was the oddest thing ever. And so anyways, that was just a laugh. And then we ended up talking to him later that evening, trying to clear up like what's the deal, because between the three of us apparently we're just firing off all kinds of weird parts of our engines. Like, I don't even have a clue. I have no idea. So he came to the meeting but didn't come to the meeting, and I don't know if anybody, I don't think Rodney's even never experienced something like that in his 17 years, but we're both baffled. We're like, what? So anyway, then oh God, what was it? Which day? Thursday? No, did I put it down somewhere? I don't know. No, wait, Wednesday. Wednesday, the same guy Martin got on our team Zoom, and Brian had to keep muting him because he's just so I'm just calling them Martinisms at this point. So he was on and he started asking questions like right away before anybody even started any kind of presentation. And so then we had, after everyone, after the recording was gone and he was asking questions and whatever, and it was very comical. And then it went on to discuss the fact that he's got some ATMs at drag queen bars and gay bars and this and that. And it was, there were still some other people on, and he's talking about things that maybe some of those people didn't really want to hear about with gay boys liking his backside. So I was dying laughing, but anyways, we were trying to get at, because he's interested in Impact for sure. So it's just been funny. He's had some things go on with his job and whatnot, but it's been an entertaining week as far as that goes. But just as far as having followed back up with some of these people that we met, it's been a complete success so far. I mean, just saying because of responding. I'm not saying they're involved yet or in any facet or whatever. But there's definitely lots of possibilities, and it's a very diverse group of females and males and different things they do. So I don't know. We covered a lot of ground and got a lot of headway. And it's funny because I think it was the day, or no. Anyways, whenever we actually met Martin, Rodney wasn't even supposed to be here. So I wouldn't have ever even been out to a steakhouse to meet Martin anyways. So who knows what's going to happen, but it's already been some funny events and stories and like memories and all that. So anyways, I know I'm probably just rambling, but and then which day was our Zoom? Thursday? Anyways, with Lorraine, right? So she was willing to get on, which she's going to make a 0 off of helping us out, meaning like specifically Rodney, Jeff, and myself. She got on a Zoom like with less than 24 hours notice and was like, yeah, I'll do whatever. And so she got on and did some of her presentation with Impact and did some of the testimonials, and it was really cool. It's just cool because the fact that we have such an awesome local team here that doesn't mind helping out our team that has zero to do with, them making any money whatsoever. But they're still willing to take their time and help, and they try to help me anytime they can too. So it makes my heart smile, and I'm just so glad we've fallen upon these things. And it's really true. If you kind of, if you stick to it and be consistent, you never know what's going to happen. So it's been awesome. And then we had Little Dudes dance tonight. So I got another little lighty thing I'll have to put on, but I got to mold it a little bit because I got a big head. But anyways, so yeah, it's been lots of positive, happy things, and I couldn't ask for any better. So I'll stop everything. All right, Rodney.
Well, nice. Going back and looking at my goals, because I've been trying to look at them and seeing just where I've come. I had put down that I was going to lose, or gonna have. Don't focus on that one yet, but I told myself that I have my taxes caught up by February 2025. I may end up hitting that goal. So these are goals that we wrote down when we did that goal setting Friday night celebration. The doubling the income for the meat brokerage. I had an opportunity come to me this week, and if it comes to fruition, that may actually happen, which is freaking crazy, to say the least. So yeah, and the big one is going back to something I've been hearing Jeff say, either in his lives or the hashtag, or maybe he's been saying on Zoom. It's the year of conversations, right? You've been saying that, Jeff. This is the year of conversations. And going to what Jules said, that's exactly it. It's like I'm celebrating the ability that we have, either individually or more so as a group or together, on how we seem to be able to attract the right people that want to engage and have conversations. So here's the example. Two of the people that we met, I'm at my hotel. I text Jules and I said, "Hey, Fat Boy's getting hungry." She says, "Okay, I'll be there in a little while to pick you up and we'll go eat." That's the night we went to the steakhouse. But I go downstairs, I walk into the bar, and I'm talking to her because she's on her way. I sit down at the end of the bar, and there's two ladies sitting over here beside me, right? And I have my phone up to this ear, and I'm sit down at the bar, and they glance at me, and they're just kind of, I could tell they wanted to say hi, but they didn't want to interrupt the conversation. So, and this is back to figuring out how to engage and create conversation just from body movements or actions, and where most people are afraid to even say anything. So I literally took the phone, moved it to this ear, and I looked at them and I said, "I'm a multitasker." I said something. I said, "I'm capable of having multiple conversations." What were you saying? They didn't really say anything to me, but they looked and they were kind of smiling and just saying stuff. But what it was is I was sitting down and I was having a conversation with Jules about Jackson because he had a new Rubik's Cube or something. I was like, "Man, he's infatuated with the cars and Rubik's Cubes." And they started laughing about that. They looked at me and started laughing. Well, I didn't really understand what they were laughing about until I looked after she got there, and I looked over at them, and the other lady was like, "Don't pay no attention to her, to Hope. She's just she's always putting her foot in her mouth." And I'm like, I don't even hear what she said. So within 5 minutes of Julianne getting there, we're doing group pictures. I was there 2 minutes, started a conversation. She shows up, and in 5 minutes, we're doing group pictures, know where they live, added them as friends on Facebook, already having conversations. Now, we're not having conversations about the business. And I think, Ernest, that's a big thing for all of us. Is I used to be so quick to ACN. Let me show you what I do. Let me show you what I do. Well, I think if you get to where you read people, you can tell who's ready to receive and who's maybe not quite ready to receive. When it comes to in person, right now on social media, that's a whole different ballgame. When you're cold market prospecting, we do, that's different. It's a direct reach out. Hey, this is what I'm doing. If you're open, great. If not, no big deal. Yada yada. So I am celebrating the fact that I think we're getting better, and I really believe we're getting better, and we're going to continue to get better, especially as we hone in on that skill, the skill set of creating conversations, just creating conversation after conversation after conversation. And if you get enough conversations going, like Ernest, then you never worry about that person you're talking about that needs to pull the trigger, because there's so many. At some point they'll just be trigger, 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 because you've got so many conversations going on, right? In the middle of marketing.
That's why I wanted to reiterate on what you just said.
Yeah.
It's marketing, all about conversations, and I try not to pivot to ACN. When people start talking to us in a conversation, eventually they're going to tell you their pain points. And, you might ask them, hey, I had the same thing, the same problem. I found a solution. Would you be open to finding a solution to that problem?
Right.
And then just let it take, a conversation.
Right. That's one way.
That movie, The Last Samurai, with Tom Cruise and Ken Watanabe.
Mm-hmm.
They took Tom Cruise prisoner and held him in the dojo out there in the countryside of Japan. And they got through with the conversation, and the sensei sent him back. He said, "We have had good conversation."
and
that's what it's all about, is being a good conversationist, is being a good listener, and being a great friend to someone can also make you a great salesman.
Right. And that's kind of how I was basically ending it, because there's really two ways. When you get that conversation started, you listen to their pain points, or you become interesting enough that they can't help but to ask you, what do you do? So it's either one or both ways. It's one or the other. Yeah. And you can have it both ways, because I guarantee you at some point people are going to be like, so what's the story here? What is it? What do y'all do? And then the door's wide open, because people get curious. And if you find a way to create the curiosity, to hit the curiosity button, you can find the pain point button. That leads into the conversation about what we do. But you can also push the curiosity button. That also leads into the conversation about what we do. One or the other.
And the funny part is, because we can make fun of each other, it's literally depending on, like, it's better if you're not by yourself, because by yourself gets awkward, right? I swear to God, literally people were just like, wait a minute, who's this old fat guy with this chick? Like, what the hell? So people are like, what's the deal? It's so funny. They're just like,
thanks for that.
They didn't say that, but no, because at some point, if we start talking to and usually it's not usually just one person, they do. They're eventually like, well, what do you guys do? Because we're just being goofy, we're just being ourselves. Like, and that takes the awkwardness out of the picture. Because when I'm trying to talk to somebody by myself, I'm awkward. Definitely. I mean, it's just, I am. And it's like when you're there with somebody you can chop it up with, as Jeff says, it's just like, and you just take it, you don't even, if you have no intentions of actually speaking the business, it just comes to you. Like, that's just kind of what we've experienced. And plus, I love Jacksonville Beach anyways. Anyway, yeah.
So the end of that story is we did these pictures. There were probably 5 or 6 people, and there were more, but 5 or 6 that was in the group picture. But Hope and Jackie were the 2 main ones that we were talking to. So they actually invited us to go eat dinner with them and listen to a jazz band. And I was like, oh, it was a pasta restaurant. It was an Italian restaurant, and I don't like pasta. Jules don't like pasta. So we opted to go to a Japanese steakhouse, which is where we met Martin. And we almost didn't go in because there was no one there except for Martin and his daughter at one table that we sat at, and maybe two people at another table in the whole restaurant. There was nobody there. So we almost didn't even go in. But it kind of worked out. And then we left there and we actually met with Hope and Jackie again, right after that. I got to know him a little bit better. But yeah, so long story short, engaging conversations and finding out how to start the conversation, and just reading the body language and knowing what to say and not being just afraid to talk, and being infatuated with having conversations. So that's it for my celebration. I'm going to turn on the song that she made me think of, because that's what I said that caught their attention and that created the whole conversation. I used the word infatuation, and that's what got the conversation completely going, which is crazy.
So, well, and she was hilarious too.
Oh yeah, they both were.
Yeah.
They were hilarious.
Well, in a good way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, in a great way. Here we go.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and in fact, they figured out Hope actually lives in Jacksonville. Well, shit, I can keep up on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, more so try to in person, because I'm kind of intrigued to get to know her better.
Yeah, she's interesting. They're both very interesting on Facebook. Very positive people.
Yeah. So, no, I definitely have a intrigue for that. Oh, no, I wanted to.
Thank you. Thank you, Copy the link. It's bad. Put my shit in the box. Just copy the link. Take it to my phone. I'm just sending you the link. So I can open the link. The same way you sent it to me, you can't do that again? Like you just chose the wrong time to come over here with all this extra drama. Come interrupting my celebration jams, man, with all this Shamalama Hamdam over here. Yeah.
Well, that concludes it. I'm going to stop the live. Good night, everybody.
Good night, fine people.
Good night. Happy Friday.